All right, I guess I'm live here. So, welcome to my stream. This is about the 1986 replay that I'm doing, which I played the last game a few days ago, regular season game. And this time I will be starting the playoffs. And the first game is going to be between it's just like as in real life, the Houston Astros and New York Mets. And these two teams are facing each other after a full season of games that were played over the last year and a month or more. I played every game of the 86 season for every team, and the Astros and the Mets won their divisions. So let me just share my screen. I'm going to share it as I'm doing Digital Diamond. We're here at Shea Stadium, and we have Dwight Gooden versus Mike Scott. I'm using the as-played playoff lineups since they did play each other in real life in '86 in the NLCS. So I'm just going to start the starting lineups. I'll be using as played, and then anybody pinch hitting or substitute pitches will all be done by me. So the starting lineups for the Astros: batting first in center field is Billy Hatcher. Batting second at second base is Bill Doran. Batting third at third base is Denny Walling. Batting fourth at first base is Glenn Davis. Batting fifth at right field is Kevin Bass. Batting sixth in left field is Jose Cruz. Batting seventh at catcher is Alan Ashby. And batting eighth at shortstop is Craig Reynolds. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Mike Scott. On the mound for the Mets is Dwight Gooden. Dwight Gooden had a 3.42 ERA during the regular season, went 18-8, and had a 1.22 WHIP, and struck out 205 batters in 250 innings. So here we go. I'm going to be using Payoff Pitch. I'm not going to be able to show the cards here, unfortunately, but I'll be calling out the results as I roll the dice. And here we go. First batter is Billy Hatcher to face Dwight Gooden. We have a 3 and an 81. 3 is patient, and 81 for against a righty is a fly out to center field. Okay. Next batter is Bill Doran. He's got a 6 and a 29. 6 is a tough. 29 is a double to Bill Doran. So he gets to second base, 1 out. Next is Denny Walling. The pitch from Dwight Gooden is a 3 and a 13. 3 is a patient. 13 is a walk, so we have some early trouble as Denny Walling gets on first. And Doran stayed at second. 2 on, 1 out. Here comes Glenn Davis, who's got a power threat. We have a 3 and a 36. 3 is patient. 36, that's another walk by Gooden. So bases are loaded, 1 out. Hi, Dave Lando. Hey, Buckshot and World's Worst Gamer. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in. Feel free to join. Let me put the link here in case anybody wants to join and shoot the breeze. This is always a open-ended stream. I never really want to keep things to myself. But so anytime anybody wants to feel free to come on and shoot the breeze while I do the game. So we have a bases loaded situation with 1 out, and Kevin Bass is up to the plate. Kevin Bass had a very good season. He hit 333 and had 15 home runs and 83 RBIs. So very good. He was up there in the batting average. And he's Steve Tate. And here's the pitch. We got a 6 and a 70. 6 is tough. 70 is going to be a ground ball to second base. Will it be a double play? An 8 and a 6, and it is. He gets out of the inning with a 6-4-3 double play. 70. Well, so let me just try. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 4-6-3. 4-6-3 double play. That ends the inning, and no runs, 1 hit, and no errors after the top of the first. Here comes Mike Scott to the mound. He's going to be facing Lenny Dykstra, Wally Backman, Keith Hernandez, Gary Carter, Darryl Strawberry, Mookie Wilson, Ray Knight, Rafael Santana, and on the mound, and obviously Dwight Gooden, who's on the mound. Here's the pitch to Dykstra. A 6 and a 78. 6 is tough. 78 is a fly out to center field. 1 out. And we have Wally Backman had a great season. 319 average. Just one point short of his real life average. 3 homers and 49 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 8 and a 66. 8 is a tough. 66 is a fly out to right. Let me stop and go to Mike Scott's amazing season that he had. His his cards and his ratings for every game was pretty much unbelievable. He had a 1.24 ERA for the season. He went 23-4. He had 290 innings pitched, struck out 324 batters, had a .83 WHIP. I mean, just an amazing season. I mean, he's just a dominant player in 1986. 10 complete games, only 72 walks, 54 runs given. That's not bad at all. Only 5.27 hits per 9, and a 218 on base percentage against. It's really sick. So we could be for a quick game here with the pitches duel. Here comes the pitch to Keith Hernandez, 3 and a 70 and a 76. 3 is in play. A 76 is going to be an out, fly out to center. That does it. 1-2-3 for Mike Scott. And here comes Jose Cruz to lead off the top of the second. We have an 8 and a 16. 8 is a tough out. The 16 is a strikeout. So a tough out means that every out, no matter what it is, it's an out. So it's either a strikeout or even if it's a number that would fall into the hit category in the tough section, you'd still read the out column number. So that's what happens. Only very, very good pitchers have columns have a card like that with a tough out number. Here comes Alan Ashby. Pitch from Gooden, 6 and a 62. Tough and a 62, just misses a single, and that's a fly out to right field. And here comes Craig Reynolds, the 8th batter. 7 and a 48. 7 is tough. And a 48 just misses. That's a line out to short. That does it. There's a 1-2-3 for top of the second. Here we go to the bottom of the second is Gary Carter to face Scott. Here you have an 8 and a 66. 8 is tough. 66 is going to be a ground ball to second base, and he makes the play to first for out number 1. Here comes Darryl Strawberry. 10 and a 24. 10 is tough. 24 is going to be a strikeout. So Mike Scott gets the strikeout for Strawberry, and here's Mookie Wilson. Pitch to Wilson is 10 and a 39. 10 is another tough. 39 is another strikeout. So another 1-2-3 inning for Mike Scott. He's really bringing the goods here in the playoffs. Here comes the top of the third, and Mike Scott leads off the inning against Dwight Gooden. We have a 10 and a 70. A 10 is in play. A 70 is a fly out to center field. And that brings us back to the top of the order for Houston. Houston. 8 and a 54. 8 is a tough out. 54 is a ground ball out to third. 5-3 put out. And Bill Doran, who had a double in the first inning, gets a 4 and a 45. 4 is patient. 45 is a walk. So he's on base. And he's going to attempt to steal. He's a C stealer. And Gary Carter's a 3 arm. So looking at the chart, we have a C3. It's a normal chance. Flip over the fast action card, and normal he's safe. So he steals the base. So we got runner in scoring position with two outs, and here's Denny Walling. Walling hit 322 during the season with 11 homers and 51 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 3 and a 53. 3 is patient. 53 is a single for Denny Walling. Let's see what happens. And will the run score? The run's going to come home from second. So a single and the runner scores. So it's a 1-0 lead for Houston with 2 outs. And Glenn Davis comes to the plate. We have a 9 and a 29. 9 is in play. A 29 just misses a hit, and it's going to be a pop up to second. Just cut under it. That does it for the top of the third. We got a run on a hit and no errors, and it's 1-0 Houston after 2.5. Here comes Ray Knight to the plate to face Mike Scott. Somebody's trying to get on base somehow here. And we have a 7 and an 88. 7 is patient. 88 is too high, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And that brings up Rafael Santana. Santana has a 5 and a 64. 5 is ballpark. So this is check the ballpark card. 64 is in the in-play section. So we roll again to see what the in-play result is for Rafael Santana. He's got a 1 to 26 chance to hit safely. And he gets that's a double zero. We have to re-roll that again. He gets a 32, so just too high, and it's going to be a pop-up to second. I don't do if I get double zeros, that's when you do a rare play, but not too fond. That's one thing about payoff pitches I'm not too fond about is the rare play shots. I feel like there's a lot of just, not much, nothing. There's not a whole lot of great plays in there that's worth it. So I just kind of skip the rare plays and just, if I get a double zero, I just kind of re-roll it again until I get a real result. So every once in a while, I'll do one, in a game. I'll be consistent and I'll do it, but it's really not. There's a lot of injuries, which I don't deal with injuries. So a lot of the rare plays end up with injury checks and things like that, which I don't really use. So, all right, so here we go. Bottom of the third. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We got 2 outs here. Dwight Gooden's up. And we have a 7 and a 37. 7 is patient. 37 is too high. So that's going to be a line out to short. And that does it for the third inning. We go to the top of the fourth. Kevin Bass leads off, followed by Jose Cruz and Alan Ashby. And here's the pitch from Gooden. You got an 8 and a 9. 8 is a tough out. 9 is a strikeout. So there's one down. Jose Cruz to the plate. 11 and a 43. 11 is patient. 43 is going to be a single for Jose Cruz. 11 is too high to try a steal. Alan Ashby, well, he's going to just swing away here. It's 5 and a 33. 5 is ballpark. 33 is going to be a wheelhouse chance for Alan Ashby. He's got a 1 to 32 chance to go deep. Here's the roll. It's a 60, and that's going to be a single. So the single, and let's flip the card to see the runner goes one base. So Cruz stops at second, and we got 2 on with 1 out. And here's Craig Reynolds. Hey, Slash. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in and appreciate it. Here's Dwight Gooden. 4 and a 37. 4 is patient. 37 is a single. Again, another single for Craig Reynolds. And the flip the card, and we have 2 bases for each person. So single, and a run's going to score, and Ashby's going to go to third. And we have a 2-0 lead. And Mike Scott comes to the plate with 1 out. Mike Scott, he hit 216 during the season. Had 19 hits and 88 at-bats. Here's the pitch. 6 and a 67. 6 is tough. 67 is a strikeout. All right, we got 2 outs, and Billy Hatcher's trying to continue the damage here, trying to get some more insurance runs for the Astros. And we have an 11 and a 22. 11 is patient. 22 is a walk, so we have another bases loaded situation here. Bill Doran's up. And here's the pitch. 11 and an 83. 11 is patient. 83 is a single. Bill Doran's single. So grounds a single. That's going to go to left field, and everybody's going to move up a base. So run scores now 3-0. And concern here for Dwight Gooden as the manager is starting to gets on the phone with the bullpen. And here's the pitch to Denny Walling. 10 and a 39. 10 is in play. 39 just misses a base hit, and it's a pop up to first. So that does it for the inning, and he gets out of it with just 2 runs scored. It's now 3-0. That could be it for the Astros, because Mike Scott doesn't look like he rarely gives up more than 1 or 2 runs in a game. So, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen in this game. And now Lenny Dykstra comes to the plate to lead off the bottom of the fourth, and here's the pitch. 7 and a 62. 7 is patient. 62 is it's going to be a walk. So Mike Scott gives up a leadoff walk. 7, and it's too high to steal. So Lenny Dykstra is going to stay there. Wally Backman's going to come to the plate. Here's the pitch. It's an 11 and a 55. 11 is tough. 55 is going to be a ground ball to third, and Dykstra is going to make it to second as the play is over to first. So we got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And it's Keith Hernandez. 5 and a 57. 5 is a ballpark. 57 is too high for wheelhouse, so it's going to be an in-play result. And Keith Hernandez has a 1 to 35 chance for a base hit. and it's an 85. That's too high. It's going to be a ground ball to second base, and it's going to be a double play. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's going to be a ground ball to second base. That's going to get the runner over to third for Keith Hernandez. And we have runner at third with 2 outs now. And Gary Carter's up. Gary Carter's 0 for 1. And he rolls a 5 and a 65. 5 is ballpark again. Another in-play chance. 1 to 24 for Gary Carter. And it's a 53, and that's going to be a ground ball to third to end the inning. So no runs. Still have no hits for the Mets. And no errors. So after 4, we go to the 5th inning, and it's still 3-0 Houston. And here's Glenn Davis to lead off. Dwight Gooden still on the mound. 7 and a 21. 7 is tough. 21 is a strikeout. And here's Kevin Bass. 6 and a 7. 6 is tough, and that's a strikeout. So two quick strikeouts. And a 6 and a 1. That's another strikeout. So he strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. Dwight Gooden does not want to come out. And here comes Darryl Strawberry. Still looking. The Mets are still looking for their first hit. In fact, I think they only have 1 base runner. Pitch from Scott. A 12 and a 97. 12 is tough. 97 is a fly out to right. And Mookie Wilson comes into the. Oh, got a 9 and a 92. 9 is tough. 92 is a fly out to. No, I'm sorry. Ground ball to short. Other out. And Ray Knight. 8 and a 54. 8 is tough, and a 54 is a ground out to third. So 1, 2, 3 inning again. So we have a gem pitched by Mike Scott so far. And the top of the 6th. And here comes Alan Ashby. Came close to hitting a home run, but he could not do it. And we got a 4 and a 93. 4 is patient. 93 is going to be too high. It's a fly out to left. Craig Reynolds. 7 and a 76. 7 is tough. 76 is a fly out to center. And brings up Mike Scott. Not taking him out. So we got a 6 and a 7. 6 is a 7. It's a strikeout to end the inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Still looking for their first hit. Rafael Santana. 4 and an 80. 4 is tough, and 80 is a fly out to center. Oops. Oh, God, I can't type. All right. And Dwight Gooden's going to be pinch hit for, unfortunately. I mean, for him, he had a good outing, but in the playoffs, they're not really taking too many chances. So let's see who. Kevin Mitchell grabs the bat and comes out. Kevin Mitchell had a very good season, 280, 15 home runs, and 343 at bats. He's going to face Mike Scott, see if he can get something done here. We got a 6 and a 34. 6 is tough. 34 is a strikeout. Kevin Mitchell takes the seat. And here's Lenny Dykstra. 7 and a 99. Patient 99. Close to a hit, but too high. Anything with a 99 is an out. So F9 for the out. And that does it for the 6th. And we go to the top of the 7th. And the new pitcher coming on is going to be Doug Sisk. If I can find his card. What happened? I didn't do it. Sorry. Doug Sisk. Here we go. We'll try that again. There we go. Doug Sisk pitched 63 in the 3rd innings and had a 3.13 ERA. No saves or anything, so solid middle reliever. So let's see if we can keep the Astros at bay. And we have a 5 and a 20. 5 is in play. A 20 is going to be a single for Billy Hatcher. And he is going to try to steal. C3 again, that's normal. No, I'm sorry. Yes, C3 is normal. Flip the card, and he's safe. So he's got a stolen base. So Hatcher's at second right away, and they got runners in scoring position, and Bill Doran's up. He has a great day today. Is a single and a double and a walk with an RBI and a stolen base. 6 and a 37. 6 is in play. 37 is too high. That's going to be a pop-up to short. So we get finally retired Doran. His one out went Denny Walling. 6 and an 11. 6 is in play. 11 is going to be a single, and we'll flip a card to see where Hatcher goes, and he's going to score. So a single and a run scores, so he cannot keep them at bay. It's now 4-0 Houston. Here's Glenn Davis. 6 and an 83. 83 is way high. That's going to be a ground ball short. The 6 is going to be a double play, so 6-4-3. That does it, but they get another run, so it's 4-0. Every run they score, the chance of winning improves against Mike Scott. I mean, for the Astros with Mike Scott on the mound. So here's Wally Backman trying to make a dent in the 6 and a 30. 6 is tough. 30 is a single, so Wally Backman finally breaks the hit streak and gets on the hitless streak and gets on base with a single. And the 6 is not going to be able to steal, so finally get some base runner for the New York Mets. And here comes Keith Hernandez, 7 and a 57. Patient 57. That's going to be a walk. So here we go. 2 quick runners on base. I do want to look at although the standings, like everything gets reset, but the Mets ended up with 100 wins. The Astros had 90. I can't remember how many exactly, but that's why the Mets are at home. The Mets had an unbelievable season. They really kind of stunk it up during towards the end of the season. They were on pace for at least 120 wins. They lost. They had about a couple of losing streaks of 7 games in probably August and September. I think they ended up finishing the season with maybe a 9-6 game. Well, they lost like 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 10. So they're still a really good team. But just they kind of hit a rough spot. And here comes Gary Carter. Now they have no outs and 2 on. So we got a 9 and a 22. 9 is tough, and 22 is a strikeout. And Darryl Strawberry makes his way to the plate. He can turn this into a game really quick with a 1 swing. He's got an 8 and a 41. 8 is tough. 41 is a strikeout. So Mike Scott's rearing back. And Mookie Wilson, 7 and a 71. Patient 71 just misses being hit by a pitch. And instead he's going to ground out to second. And that does it for the 7th. And we go to the top of the 8th. Kevin Bass. And another new pitcher is coming on. Okay, he definitely can't afford to give up any runs. They're going to bring in Roger McDowell. Roger McDowell. Let's see what he did. 90 innings, 90 and 2/3 innings, 3.08 ERA, 16 saves. Decent season. And he's going to face Kevin Bass, Cruz, and Ashby. We got a 7 and a 93. In play 93 is a fly out to left. And we have Jose Cruz with a 6 and a 5. 6 is patient. 5 is a walk. So Jose Cruz gets on first. And brings up Alan Ashby with a 5 and a 55. 5 is tough. 55 is a single for Ashby. That's going to scoot through, and Cruz is just going to end up at second. Craig Reynolds comes to the plate. He's got a 6 and a 12. Patient 12 is a walk. So the bases are loaded. Roger McDowell and Mike Scott's at the plate. They're still going to keep him on. He's pitching unbelievable. 7 and an 84. 84 is going to be too high. It's going to be a 6. I'm sorry, it's going to be a G6, and the 7 is going to be a double play. So 6-4-3 to end the inning. So that double play is killing both teams. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and here's Mike Scott to face Ray Knight. 6 and a 56. Tough 56 is going to be too high. It's going to be ground ball to third. And I got a pinch hit for Rafael Santana. And let's see here. We need a right and left-hander possibly. Danny Heap is going to come in. Let's find his card. Danny Heap. And I believe Howard Johnson will come in for him. Oh no, yeah, it's shortstop. Pitch to Danny Heap. 10 and a 5. 10 is tough. 5 is a strikeout. So he sits down, and then we have another pinch hitter. This one's going to be Lee Mazzilli. He's coming in. Lee Mazzilli was traded from the Pirates during the season. If I can find his card here. Shorts in 33 games, he had 278 average and a home run. So here we go. Got a 12, a 9 and a 12. 9 is tough. 12 is another strikeout. So Mike Scott just in the zone, just continues. And that does it for the inning. And we go to the top of the ninth, 4-0. And new pitcher will be Rick Aguilera. Don't believe, well, no, he's not on there. No, sorry, he can't be. He's a starter. Randy Myers is coming in. Randy Myers. And we need to put Howard Johnson at short. Okay. So Randy Myers comes in. Only 15 innings, and he came up as a late season call-up, and he's a lefty, so he's facing Billy Hatcher. 9 and a 54. 9 is ballpark. 54 for a righty is in play, so here's a roll for in play. 1 to 29. It's a 25. It's a single for Billy Hatcher. Yep. And it brings up Bill Doran, who's been a thorn in the side of the Mets today. He's got a 5 and a 57. 5 is patient. 57 is a single. And Billy Hatcher's going to motor around second and make it to third. And here's Denny Walling. And the bullpen's already up again. Randy Myers not having much luck here. 8 and a 12. Tough, and that's a strikeout for Randy Myers. And Glenn Davis. 4 and a 17. 4 is defense check. We haven't had a defense check in the game yet. And we have an error check on the second baseman, Wally Backman, who's a 1. It's not good. So we'll roll, check the ballpark card. 1 to 71, he's got an error. And it's a 46, and that's going to be, let's see what the card says. Error on second base, single plus an error. So we got a run scores, single E4, R01. That means Doran's going to make it to third. Davis is going to make it to second. And it's a run score on the error. It's now 5-0. This game, it's close to being over, folks. And here's Randy Myers to face Kevin Bass. 8 and an 82. 8 is tough. 82 is a fly out to the center. And Bill Doran's going to come home on a sacrifice. And that's now 6-0. And here's Jose Cruz. And 8 and a 14. 8 is tough, and a 14 is a strikeout to end the inning. But the damage is done. 2 more runs. It's now 6-0, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. And I believe they're going to bring in, they want to say Mike Scott to pitch. They don't want to ruin him, so although he's pitching very good. We're going to bring in Larry Anderson. Larry Anderson's coming in to see it, just to close out the ninth inning here. And he's going to face top of the order, Lenny Dykstra, Wally Backman, and Keith Hernandez. Here's the pitch. 8 and an 88. 8 is tough. 88 is a ground ball to second. 4-3 put out. A pitch to Wally Backman. 11 and a 97. 11 is ballpark. In play check. 1 to 44 for a chance for Backman. He's got this 19. That's going to be a single. So Wally Backman's on. And here's Keith Hernandez. 5 and a 38. 5 is in play. 38 just misses, and it's a pop up to second. Just misses the hit. Here's Gary Carter. 7 and a 62. 7 is in play. 62 is a ground out to second, and that is going to do it. Game over. Game 1 is in the books. 6-0 Houston victory. It was kind of a slow death for the Mets there, as Mike Scott was unhittable virtually with only 2 hits, well, 1 hit given up by him. So that's just basically tells the tale of how he was most of the season. So here we go. Let's look at the box score. We got probably can't read this because of my screen, but Bill Doran went 3 for 4 with an RBI. Denny Walling 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And the Mets, the only person with hits was Wally Backman. He had both hits, 2 for 4. Everybody else was nothing. Zilch. Mike Scott went 8 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit. 1 goddamn hit. All right, and Dwight Gooden takes the loss. And here we go. So that's, let me just put my cards away here. I gotta bring up the next game. We're gonna go with the American League game 1 right now, and we'll jump over to that. I'm just gonna set up my. Okay. Let me look at the chat here. We got Slash Deep, Dave Lando. Slash Deep. Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, the Mets are a good team. I mean, I don't plan on them being this quiet the whole series. But my goodness, if Mike Scott's going to have to face, you have to face him 2 or 3 times. I don't like the Mets' chances of them beating him, but they could. They did in real life. So, and here comes. Now this is interesting. So this is an interesting series because this is the Blue Jays versus the Angels rather than the Red Sox. And I'm using the Angels lineup, but I'm not using the Blue Jays because there obviously was not a postseason lineup for the Blue Jays in '86. So I'm just going to kind of wing it. So let's see what we got here. I'm not going to go with what they're giving me here. So it's going to be Mike Witt, that I know, and it's going to be Jimmy Key at Exhibition Stadium, as the Blue Jays ended up with the better record. And for the lineups, for the Angels, visiting Angels. All right. We have game 1 lineup is Rupert Jones leading off. And he is not there. Let me just put him. Rupert Jones batting first. And we have Wally Joyner batting. Let's see. Wally Joyner batting second. He's there. He's all the way down to the bottom. Just bear with me while I do this. And batting third is Brian Downing. Batting fourth is Reggie Jackson. He's not there. He's playing DH. Downing's in left field. Wally Jones at first. Rupert Jones is in right. Okay. Doug DeCinces is fifth. He's not there. Why is he not there? Okay. Third base. Rob Wilfong is sixth. Where is he? He's not there either. Holy crap. All right. Wilfong is sixth. Schofield is seventh at short. Wilfong is at second. Bob Boone is catching. He's at eighth. And ninth is in center field is Gary Pettis. All right. So there's that lineup. Actually, let me just have to put the cards out here. So Pettis is ninth. Sorry, I got to do the cards. My fault. Rupert Jones, Wally Joyner, Brian Downing. Reggie Jackson, Sensei, Wilfong, Schofield, and Boone. Schofield, Boone, and Pettis. All right. Okay, for the home standing Blue Jays, I believe we're going to do something like, I'm sorry, on the mound is Mike Witt. I got to get his card. Go. Okay, Jimmy Key on the mound. I think we're going to do Mosby leading off. Tony Fernandez at batting second. George Bell batting third. Jesse Barfield batting fourth. This lineup is stacked. Willie Upshaw batting fifth. Who else do we have here that's missing? Not really anybody. Rance Mulliniks at third base batting sixth. Sorry, I put Cliff Johnson at DH batting sixth. Rance Mulliniks batting seventh. Ernie Witt batting eighth, and Damaso Garcia at second batting ninth. So that was pretty easy. I mean, that's a pretty easy lineup. There's not many interchangeable parts there. It's a good lineup. So we're almost ready. I just got to do. Of course, I just didn't put the cards out there like I wanted to. So Mosby, Fernandez. Fernandez had one of the out of two cycles that happened in the season. Tony Fernandez had one of them. George Bell, Jesse Barfield, Lee Upshaw, Cliff Johnson, Rance Mulliniks, Ernie Witt, and Damaso Garcia. Here he is. Okay, got the lineup, got the pitcher. I think we're ready to go. All righty, here we go at Exhibition Stadium. Angels and Blue Jays, game one of the ALCS. And we have, for the batting order, we already went over the order. So we just did that. So I'm not going to go. Jimmy Key went 21-10 in the regular season with a 3.43 ERA, 254 innings, 6 complete games, 164 strikeouts. And a very good season for Jimmy Key. He's going to face Rupert Jones. Only a 229 average, actually exactly the same as his real life average that season, and he's leading off. So let's see what happens. And we have a 7 and a 50. 7 is patient. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong guy. 7 is tough. I'm sorry. 50 is a strikeout. Rupert Jones strikes out. And Wally Joyner, Wally World. A 10 and a 7. 10 is in play. A 7 is a single. Wally Joyner is on base. Ryan Downing comes to the plate. You got a 7 and a 59. Tough and a 59. It's going to be too high. It's going to be a fly out to right. Put Downing. And we got Reggie Jackson. Hey, yeah, Chicago fan. How's it going? Yeah, that's my exhibition stadium that I made for OTP. I just took a photo of it and put it in Digital Diamond. I did that with all the parks from that season. I'll do it again for 87 as well, but I don't think there was many changes in 87 when I do my next season. Okay, here's Reggie Jackson facing Jimmy Key. He's got an 8 and a 76. 8 is in place. 76 is high, so that's going to be a fly out to center. That's going to do it for the top of the first. And we go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound is Mike Witt. He went 17-10 as opposed to 18-10 in real life, and 3.3 ERA, 264 and 2/3 innings, 208 strikeouts, who are exactly the same strikeouts as in real life. 1.19 WHIP. So good season for Mike Witt. He's going to face Lloyd Mosby. Lloyd Mosby's 263 hitter, 23 home runs, and 94 RBIs. And he's got a 12 and a 96. 12 is a wheelhouse. 96 is going to be too high, though. That's going to be a fly out to right. And Tony Fernandez, 7 and a 93. So patient and a 93. That's going to be a fly out to left. So 2 high rolls right in a row. And let's see what George Bell does. George Bell, his regular season was amazing. 335 average, 39 home runs, 158 RBIs. Led the league in RBIs, by the way. And here's the pitch. 7 and an 87. 7 is patient. 87 is going to be a ground out to short. So that does it. 1, 2, 3 in the first. Top of the second, Jimmy Key to face Doug DeCinces, Rob Wilfong, and Dick Schofield. The first pitch is a 7.35. 7 is tough. 35 is a strikeout. And Rob Wilfong comes to the plate. 5 and a 47. In play, a 47 is going to be a ground ball to first, unassisted. And Dick Schofield, and the pitch is an 8 and a 20. 8 is in play. 20 is going to be a single for Dick Schofield. Gets on with a base hit. And Bob Boone comes up to the plate. Bob Boone played 143 games at catcher. Had 240 with 3 home runs. Here's the pitch. 11 and a 53. 11 is patient. 53 is a single for Bob Boone. And Dick Schofield is going to just stop at second base. So we got first and second. 2 outs, and Gary Pettis, the 9th hitter, is up at the plate. And we have a 9 and a 6. 9 is tough. 6 is a strikeout. So that does it for the end of the top of the 6th. I'm in second, and we go to the bottom of the second. We have the home run leader in the American League, Jesse Barfield, leading off. 44 home runs, 130 RBIs, and a 318 average. That's a tough 1-2 punch with Bell and Barfield, I'll tell you. And Mike Witt has the pitch. 7 and a 43. 7 is patient, and the 43 is a double. So Jesse Barfield leads off with a double. And now Willie Upshaw comes to the plate. The pitch to Upshaw is an 11 and a 17. 11 is ballpark. 17 is wheelhouse. Willie Upshaw, here's the roll. 1 to 13 is a home run, and it's a 97. That is going to be a fly out to right. So he had the pitch he wanted, just got under it a little too much and got to right field. So it's 1 out, runner at second still. Here's Cliff Johnson. Cliff Johnson, 7 and a 79 and a 76. I'm sorry, patient 76. That is going to be a single for Cliff Johnson, and the runner is going to score from second. And it's a 1-0 lead for Toronto with a runner at first and 1 out. And Rance Mullinick comes to the plate. 5 and an 81. 5 is tough. 81 is going to be a fly out to center. And Ernie Witt is next to hit. 285 average, 14 home runs, and 59 RBIs on the season. 9 and a 2. 9 is tough. 2 is a strikeout for Mike Witt, but the damage is done. They got 1 run, and they lead the game 1-0 after 2. And here comes Rupert Jones, back to the leadoff spot. Jimmy Key faces Jones, and with the pitch is a 6 and a 5. 6 is patient. 5 is a walk. Not too high for a steal, so no steal attempt. And here's Wally Joyner with a single in the first inning. We have a 6 and a 53. 6 is patient. 53 is also another single. So Wally Joyner is 2 for 2, and Rupert Jones stops at second. So now we have 2 on, nobody out. And Ryan Downing's up at the plate. 4 and an 86. 4 is in play. 86 is too high. That's going to be a ground ball to short. It's going to be a double play, 6-4-3. And the runner is going to go to third, Rupert Jones, and there's now 2 outs. Here comes Reggie Jackson. 3 and a 77. 3 is tough. 77 is a strikeout. Really high strikeout for Reggie Jackson. That does it. So go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. And Damaso Garcia leads off. He hit 300 on the season. 433 at bats, 130 hits, 6 home runs. 4 and a 55. 4 is in play. 55 is too high. That's going to be a ground ball at first, unassisted. Top of the order, Lloyd Mosby. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right. And we got a 6 and a 74. Tough 74. That is going to be a fly out to center. All right, and here comes Tony Fernandez. Fernandez hit 299 in the regular season. And he had 15 home runs, actually. Pretty good power for Tony Fernandez this season. And he's 3 and a 78. 3 is a defense check. So it's going to be it's a defensive rare play. So this one I'm actually going to do. My rare play, I roll a 2 percentile dice, and I check the rare play chart. So it's a defense and nobody on base. So let me just get these charts ready, because this is it's a rare time when I actually do this. So let's see, bases empty, defense. Okay, I got it right here. Okay, so I'm going to roll the percentile die. Got a 51. So let's read the play. 51, slow roll hit down the third base line. Third baseman with an A range picks up the ball and throws a bullet to first base for the out. All other third basemen roll 1d6. If the result is 1-3, batter is out. If the result is 4-6, batter beats the throw for an infield single. So we have a third baseman with a C range. So we have to roll the d6. 1-3, he's out. 4-6, he's an infield single. So let's roll the 1d6. And we have a 4. So Tony Fernandez beats out the infield single. So that's a rare play for you. George Bell comes to the plate with a runner at first and 2 outs. 7 and an 85. Patient and an 85 is too high. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws over the short way to the second for the force out. Retire the side. Top of the 4th inning. Doug DeCinces leading off. 9 and a 45. 9 is tough. 45 is going to be a single. I'm sorry. No. Yeah, a single. I almost looked at the wrong side. Base hit for DeCinces to lead off. Rob Wilfong, 7 and a 76. 7 is tough. 76. It's a very high tough rating, and is actually going to get a single out of this. Rob Wilfong has a 73 to 84 single range in the tough section, so he got to get a single, and DeCinces goes to second base. So we got 2 on, nobody out. Let's see if California makes a play here for some runs. So we got a 4 and a 23 for Dick Schofield. Ballpark. 23 is a wheelhouse. 1 to 25 chance for a home run. 1 to 62 chance for just a hit a hit safely. And we got a 15, and that's a long fly ball to left field, going deep. George Bell's at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. Home run for Dick Schofield. 3-run home run. Dick Schofield, the shortstop. He had about 20. I think he had 20 home runs. I'll have to check that the next time he's up in the regular season. He puts one out, and it's now 3-1 California with nobody out in the top of the 4th. So Jimmy Key winced when he saw that leave the bat, and sure enough, when I cleared the fence, and 3 runs are in. So now we come up with Bob Boone, who rolls a 6 and a 98. Patient 98, that's going to be a fly out to left. And Gary Pettis comes to the plate with 1 out. We have a 5 and a 6. 5 is in play. A 6 is going to be a single. And is going to try to steal. Is a B stealer with a 2. Ernie Witt's a 2 arms, so a B2 is also a normal. Flip the card, and he's safe. So Gary Pettis steals second base. Top of the order, Rupert Jones coming up. 11 and an 85. 11 is patient. 85 is too high. That's going to be a ground ball to second, and Pettis is going to move to third with 2 outs now. And here comes Wally Joyner, 2 for 2. 11 and a 62. Patient 62 is too high, and it's going to be a fly out to left to end the inning. But they get 3 runs. It's now 3-1 California. And here comes Toronto Jesse Barfield trying to get some runs back here. Let's see what happens. 5 and a 65. 5 is tough. 65 is a single for Barfield. So he gets right on base to lead off the inning. Willie Upshaw. 10 and a 72. 10 is in play. 72 is high. Ground ball to short. And the fourth is going to be a force out at first. At second. So it's a fielder's choice at second. 6-4 out. And we have Cliff Johnson up. We have a 5 and an 80. 5 is tough. An 80 is a ground ball to short. That is going to be a double play. 6-4-3 to end the inning. So bottom, go to the top of the fifth, 3-1. And we have a 9 and a 73. Jimmy Key with a tough pitch. A 73, it's going to be a fly out to center for Downing. And here's Reggie Jackson. Got a 3 and a 4. 3 is tough, 4 is a strikeout. So down goes Reggie. And here comes Doug DeCince, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored, and is 7 and a 47. 7 is tough, 47 is a single for Doug DeCince again. He started this last time, and here we go. Rob Wilfong. 5 and a 93. 5 is in play. 93 is a fly out to right. And that does it for the inning. So the bottom of the fifth, Rance Mullenix, Ernie Witt, and Damaso Garcia facing Mike Witt. 4 and an 83. 4 is in play. 83 is a ground out to second. And here's Ernie Witt. 5 and a 60. Tough and a 60 is a ground out to third. And Damaso Garcia. 8 and a 23. 8 is 23. 23 is a single for Damaso Garcia. Well, it makes it to first base. 2 outs. And here comes Lloyd Mosby, top of the order. The pitch is a 5-89. Tough 89 is going to be a ground out to second to end the inning. And we go to the sixth. 3-1 still, California. And here's Dick Schofield. Had 21 home runs on the season, only 13 in real life, so he kind of went above and beyond, and he poked one out. He's 2 for 2 today, 3 RBIs and a home run and a run. So here we go. There's a 9 and a 41. 9 is tough. 41 is a single for Dick Schofield. He's 3 for 3, coming up clutch in the playoffs. Bob Boone, 7 and a 57. Tough 57 is too high. It's going to be a fly out to right. And Gary Pettis is 1 for 2 with a stolen base. 11 and a 4. Patient 4 is a walk. So first and second now it's 1 out. And his action in the bullpen is he's given up 10 hits today. So only 3 runs, thanks for some double plays. 8 and 11. 8 is in play. 11 is going to be a single, and that could do it. And let's see, it's a bases are loaded, and I think that's going to do it. And the Blue Jays have the benefit of an unbelievable couple of guys in the bullpen, and I think they're going to bring in Mark Eichhorn to come in to relieve Jimmy Key. And this guy has a dominant card, just like Mike Scott, in my opinion. Mark Eichhorn had a 1.88 ERA, 124 innings pitched in relief, 12 saves, 1.06 whip. And just very, very rarely did he give up. How many runs did he give up here? 26 earned runs. So he's got to face Wally Joyner, who's 2 for 3. Hey, Jamie. And we have 11 and 21. 11 is tough. 21 is a strikeout. And it strikes out Joyner. There's 2 outs quick. And now we have Brian Downing, 0 for 3. And he's in the pitches at 8 and at 89. Patient 89. It's a hit by pitch. So that's gonna score a run. So Mark Eichhorn let one get away from him, and now he comes up with Reggie Jackson, who can add more damage. It's now 4-1. 9 and a 69. Woohoo! Tough 69 is too high, and it's going to be ground out to short to end the inning. 6-4 actually. So now after 5.5, it's 4-1 California. So Tony Fernandez has to lead off against Mike Witt, and Blue Jays have some work in front of them. So we have a 10 and a 46. In play, 46 is a ground out to the pitcher. 1 out. And we have a 6 and a 49. Tough and a 49 is too high. It's on the out scale for the G 3-1. So first baseman flipped to the pitcher for the out. It's 2 outs. And Barfield, the lone bright spot for the Blue Jays so far, 2 for 2 with a double, 10 and a 23. In play, 23 is another single. So Barfield has his third hit of the game. Here's Willie Upshaw. 11 and a 46. 11 is ballpark. 46 is wheelhouse. And the pitch to Upshaw is a 70, and that's going to be ground out to short to end the inning. And we go to the 7th. Still 4-1. Here's Eichhorn to face the Sensei. We have a 7 and a 29. 7 is tough. 29 is a strikeout. Rob Wilfong. 6 and a 49. 6 is tough. 49 is going to be a ground out to third. 5-3 put out. Here's Dick Schofield, 3 for 3. Hasn't been retired yet. The pitch to Schofield. 4 and a 51. 4 is a tough, and a 51 is going to be too high. And it's going to be a ground out to third to end the inning. 1-2-3. Just what the Blue Jays needed to come back into this game. And let's see, Cliff Johnson, 1 for 2 today. Mike Witt still pitching. He's got 69 pitches. He's cruising this game. 6 and a 12. 6 is tough. 12 is a strikeout. Rance Mullinex is up. He's 0 for 2. 9 and a 91. 9 is tough. 91 is a ground out to second. And Ernie Witt, 8 and a 15. 8 is tough. 15 is a strikeout. So the Blue Jays bats have been pretty quiet in this first game of the playoffs. Back to Bob Boone. 3 and a 20. Tough, and a 20 is a single for Bob Boone, actually. He gets a single. So he's 2 for, I think that was his first hit of the game. I missed that, but brings up Gary Pettis. And we got 4-1. Pitch to Pettis. There's a 9 and a 16. 9 is tough. 16 is a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts on the game so far for Eichhorn in 2 innings. And we have 8 and a 69. 8 is patient. 69 is a single for Rupert Jones. And that's going to send Bob Boone to third. And now we have first and third with Wally Joyner up. We have a 9 and a 38. 9 is tough. 38 is too high. That's going to be a pop up to the catcher. So no runner advances there, and we have 2 outs now. And Brian Downing, who's 0 for 3. 11 and a 15. 11 is tough. 15 is a strikeout to end the inning. So Eichhorn's doing his job, keeping the further runs off the board. And then we go to the bottom of the 8th. Mike Witt's still on there with 80 pitches, and Damaso Garcia leads off. 8 and a 7. 8 is tough, and another strikeout for Mike Witt. That's his fourth strikeout of the game. Here comes Lloyd Mosby. 0 for 3 today, and he's got a 4 and a 23. In play 23, that's going to be a base hit. So Lloyd Mosby's base hit, and he's going to try to steal with a C and a 1. That's a poor chance, as Bob Boone has an excellent arm. Poor chance for Mosby, and he's going to be thrown out. So caught stealing for Lloyd Mosby. Probably not a great choice to run, but as they need 3 runs. But here's the pitch to Fernandez. 6 and a 42. Tough and a 42. It's too high. It's going to be a pop-up to first to end the inning. So we go to the 9th. 4-1 still for California. And Mark Eichhorn is going to stay. Let's see. No, he's going to come out. He's reached his pitch limit. So we're going to bring in Dennis Lamp. Dennis Lamp's coming in. Try to hold it. not quite close the territory for Tom Henke. So Dennis Lamp's going to, hopefully we can keep him within striking distance. And here's the pitch for Lamp. Got a 9 and a 22. 9 is a defense check. And flip the card. We have an error check on the shortstop. Tony Fernandez is a 5, highest rated you can have for defense. 5, you got a 1 to 23 chance for an error. It's a 26, so he just makes the play. That's going to be a line out to shortstop for Reggie Jackson. So 1 out. Here's Doug DeCinces. 11 and a 90. Tough 90 is a ground ball to short. Out number 2. Rob Wilfong comes up. He's 1 for 4 today with a 7 and a 77. 7 is in play. 77 is going to be a fly out to center. That's it. So Dennis Lamp does the job. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Mike Witt is up to 92 pitches. He's going to be lifted for Donnie Moore, the closer. And I'm not going to get into the real life situation with Donnie Moore yet, but we'll just say we'll see what he has on the regular season here. He's not very good, actually. 4.97 ERA against the 2.97 ERA in real life. I don't have it. He has 25 saves though. He just gave up. He gave up 4 more earned runs, and he did pitch a lot less innings. So he gave up 4 more earned runs, but he pitched like 22 less innings. So we'll see what happens. From my recollection of his outings, they've been pretty much helter-skelter, So here we go. George Bell. So it's a tough part of the order. We got Bell, Barfield, and Witt. Bell, Barfield, and Upshaw due up. So here's the pitch from Donnie Moore. You got a 3 and a 29. 3 is patient. 29 is a double for George Bell. So right off the bat, Toronto gets a runner in second. And here comes Jesse Barfield. 3 for 3 today. And we got a 6 and a 36. 6 is tough. 36 is a strikeout. So Donnie Moore strikes out Barfield. It's a big out right there. And here's Willie Upshaw. 8 and a 90. 8 is tough. 90 is a ground ball to second. And it's only going to be 1. Oh, sorry. It's runner at second. So G4 and Bell moves to third. The runner is of no consequence. And let's see what we have in the for Cliff Johnson here. Just see what we have. Any lefties? Rick Leach. We'll put Rick Leach is going to come in to face Donnie Moore over Cliff Johnson. Rick Leach batted .315 in limited action for 3 home runs and 35 RBIs. They're hoping he can get on base. You can find his card. Here it is. And here's the pitch from Donnie Moore trying to close out the game. The game 1. We have a 5 and a 66. 5 is tough. 66 is high. It's a fly out to left field, and that's going to do it. So the Angels take game 1 in Toronto, 4-1. And let's go to the box. Oh, what happened? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 2 outs. What am I thinking? I'm trying to think that they're done already. They're not done. So my fault. I still have 1 more batter to go. That would not have George Bell would not have scored there. So I'm trying to get ahead of myself. So all right. So we have Rance Mulliniks here. He's the last chance. Donnie Moore. Here's the pitch. 7 and a 70. 7 is in play. 70 is too high. That's going to be a grounder to short. That's going to do it. Sorry. That's it. That's game. What am I doing here? 4-1. I don't even know what's going on. Save and exit. Yes. Okay. It's my fault. I got confused there. So we got 4-1 game. Rance Mulliniks he got to the plate, didn't have it at bat. So 1-0 series lead for California. And we're going to look at the box score. Dick Schofield, MVP of the game, Mike Witt could be the MVP. We'll check on that. But Dick Schofield had an unbelievable game, 3 for 4, that 3-run home run that broke the back of Toronto. And Mike Witt Yep, Dick Schofield was the player of the game from the Digital Diamond Baseball selection. Witt went 8 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Jimmy Key, 5 1/3 with 11 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. And so that closes the book for game 1. What I should have done was played 2 games in a row just while I have all the cards out, so I don't have to rearrange them all over the place. But so it is. So it is. I think I will take a break now and come back at this tomorrow. Come up with this game 2 of the series. I hope everybody enjoyed the first game of the playoffs for each ALCS and NLCS. They were fun games to play, and as usual, I love this game. I love playing these games, and I love the 86 season. So it's going to be really fun to see how this turns out. I hope the series. I hope they have twists and turns like you would expect. So thanks again, everyone. I'm going to just close this up, and we'll talk again soon. Good night, everyone.